Something many people who have dealt with narcissists struggle with is this question. Why does it sometimes feel like the narcissist wins? They spread lies. They manipulate people. They damage your reputation. They create chaos in your life. And during that time, it can feel incredibly unfair. It can even feel like they walked away without consequences. But what many survivors eventually discover is something very different. In the long run, narcissists almost always lose. Not because someone seeks revenge, not because karma magically appears overnight, but because the very behaviors that allow narcissists to hurt others eventually destroy the stability of their own lives. Today, we're going to explore why narcissists always lose after trying to destroy you, and why your healing and growth becomes something they can never truly compete with. 1. Narcissists depend on control. One of the core traits of narcissistic behavior is the need for control. Narcissists often try to control how people see them, how people respond to them, how situations are interpreted. This control becomes especially intense when they feel their image is threatened. If someone challenges them, sets boundaries, or leaves the relationship, the narcissist may respond by trying to regain power. Sometimes this takes the form of manipulation. Sometimes it involves spreading false stories. Sometimes it becomes a full smear campaign. Their goal is not simply to hurt the other person. Their goal is to regain control of the narrative. But control built on manipulation is fragile. The moment the target stops reacting, stops explaining themselves, or stops participating in the drama, the narcissist begins to lose the foundation of their strategy. 2. Smear campaigns eventually collapse. Many survivors experience what is known as a smear campaign. The narcissist may attempt to damage your reputation by spreading rumors or false accusations. At first, people may believe them. Narcissists can be very convincing. They often appear confident and persuasive. But smear campaigns rely on something very unstable: consistent deception. Over time, people begin noticing patterns. If multiple individuals experience the same manipulation, the story begins to unravel. People start asking questions. Why does this person have conflict with so many people? Why do similar accusations appear repeatedly? Gradually, credibility fades, and when credibility disappears, the narcissist loses one of their most powerful tools. 3. Narcissists struggle to maintain genuine relationships. Another reason narcissists often lose in the long run is their difficulty maintaining genuine relationships. Healthy relationships require empathy, accountability, and mutual respect. Narcissists often struggle with these qualities. Instead, relationships may revolve around admiration, control, or personal gain. In the beginning, they may appear charming and charismatic. This phase is sometimes referred to as idealization. But over time, the pattern often changes. Criticism appears, manipulation increases, emotional instability develops. Eventually, many people begin to distance themselves. While narcissists continue repeating these cycles, the people they target often grow stronger and more aware. 4. The power of boundaries. One of the most transformative moments in dealing with narcissistic behavior occurs when a person begins setting boundaries. Boundaries are not punishments. They are simply limits that protect emotional well-being. For narcissists, boundaries represent a loss of control. When someone stops explaining themselves endlessly, when they stop responding to manipulation, when they stop trying to earn approval, the narcissist loses the ability to influence that person's emotions. And without emotional influence, many narcissistic tactics become ineffective. 5. Healing changes the dynamic completely. At first, healing after a narcissistic relationship can feel overwhelming. Many survivors experience confusion, sadness, and self-doubt. These feelings are normal responses to prolonged emotional manipulation. But healing gradually rebuilds something powerful: self-trust. As people begin to understand what happened, they regain clarity. They learn to recognize manipulation more quickly. They develop stronger emotional boundaries. They rediscover interests, friendships, and passions that may have been suppressed. This growth changes the entire dynamic. The narcissist no longer has access to the same emotional leverage, and that shift can feel deeply threatening to someone who depended on control. 6. Narcissists repeat the same cycle. While survivors grow and learn, narcissists often repeat the same behavioral patterns. The cycle typically includes idealization, devaluation, conflict, discard. These patterns may appear with new partners, friends, or coworkers, but the outcome is often similar. Relationships become unstable, conflicts increase, trust erodes. Because genuine self-reflection is difficult for narcissists, the cycle often continues. Meanwhile, those who focus on healing break free from the pattern entirely. If you've experienced someone trying to destroy your reputation, manipulate your emotions, or damage your sense of self, the impact can feel incredibly heavy. But time often reveals something important. People who build their lives around manipulation eventually face the consequences of that behavior. Relationships deteriorate, trust disappears, stability becomes difficult to maintain. But people who focus on healing, growth, and self-respect create something much stronger. They build lives rooted in authenticity and emotional security. In the end, the greatest victory is not proving the narcissist wrong. The greatest victory is realizing you no longer need their validation at all. Because when you reclaim your peace, your boundaries, and your identity, you step into a life that manipulation can no longer control. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.